हेलो चटकीला टिड्डा नाम है कभी बस 2-3 चीजें सेट कर रहा हूँ। यहाँ से वीडियो बंद हो गया ओके ज़्यादा वो कंज्यूम नहीं करेगा भाई नहीं तो स्कैम हो गया ना हो गया चलो फुल स्क्रीन है गेम साउंड माइक साउंड चलो चेंज करते हैं चलो ट्रायल भी देखा नहीं यार कल कल तो आए तूने पुल किया वैसे इसके लिए भाई ओके इसका रिलैक्सिंग साइलेंस का मतलब ये था मतलब ना मेरे कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है मैं साथ में एक सीरीज चलती है आप
Yeah. Begone. I live within you. Enhanced animal module.
Decay. New life.
Yeah.
सेकंड वाले अकाउंट में देखते हैं बंदे को लेने के लिए। मेरे को वैसे तो कुछ है नहीं चाहिए। सेकंड फुल मारेंगे बार का वापस दूर नहीं यार। क्या लगता है मिलेगा?
Story has only just begun.
लेने गया था मेरे को नहीं। तब बोले ऐसे उड़ा दूँगा।
Mark 2! Heaven's
मिला दो
will
ठीक।
made mine. Such defiance.
Maria sweeping in.
878 वर्षा 878 वर्षा क्या?
Thunder. Element for the
Everybody stand back!
moment of birth. Coming to be.
Blazing delight! Ooh! Yes!
साला 878 से होता क्या? मैं वो सोचा।
Adventure time! I'm going in!
Witness my great undertaking. Burst forth. Decay. New life. Watch out.
Sparks and flash!
Anima support character who provides damage bonus to her teammates.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
Decay. New life.
Ring-a-ling!
बहुत दिन बाद ये दोनों ट्रायल में दिख रहा है सर। हमें क्या करना है? चला माइनक्राफ्ट लिखा था क्या? एक नई डोमेन आई है ना? किस तरफ आई है? इसे देख रहा था मैं। 878 वर्षा क्या किया वर्षा का साथ? पूरा बताना कभी नहीं वाला है। एट 878,003 ना? क्या देखना है भाई? पिछली बार भी तूने यही दिखाया था मेरे को। क्या चाहता क्या है? मैं ये देखते क्या चाहता है तू मेरे पास से? क्या एक्सप्रेशन चाहता है मेरे को बता। मैं अगली बार पक्का ट्राई करूंगा वो देने का। यार अच्छे बिल्ड देते हैं, क्या करना है? क्या ही करना? अरे नाराज क्यों भाई? इतना तो चलता है। 10 दिन में पुल्स आएंगे। 5 पुल्स पड़े मैं पास उड़ा देते हैं। ठीक है वुल्फ्रोस क्या है भाई? अटैक परसेंटेज अटैक इंक्रीज बाय 12% आफ्टर equipping character creates heal. They gain pathfinder's light for 20 seconds. Increase your active party member damage by 10% for every 1000 attack. Equipping character चला for every 100 होना चाहिए था। नहीं मजा आ गया था। up to a maximum of 26%. एबिस भी आया है, बहुत कुछ आया है गेंशिन में करने के लिए। मैं इतने दिन से खाली था, कुछ किया नहीं तब से। क्वेस्ट करना है, क्वेस्ट करेंगे। मेरे को मोरा की जरूरत है। 58 मोरा है मेरे पास। मोरा ठीक था बोलना। लेवल अप मटेरियल, मेरे को लेवल अप एक्सपी चाहिए। हाँ लेवल अप एक्सपी चाहिए।
Straggler.
Leave this place.
No more lies.
Time to come clean.
It all adds up.
Let's see what you're made of.
ये वाला रिमोट खत्म है, मैं ध्यान से निकल गया था मेरे।
Looks like we're in better.
Prepare to meet your maker.
Three moons converge. Forest, protect us. Time to come clean.
Back to it.
Can't hide the truth.
Let's see what you're made of.
No more lies. Jammed.
भी कर रहे भाई कोई यहाँ पे टाइम पास। मैंने दबाया नहीं वहाँ पे, अपनी मर्जी से लेकर गया। कौन सी आईडी में हूँ? मेन आईडी में ही हूँ ना। वहाँ पे डेली कमीशन भी था शायद।
Ah, traveler, Paimon. As it happens, there is a letter here.
A letter? From who?
भाई अच्छा है।
Dear Diary, I'm Chloe.
Dear
I
Diary,
work as a trainee forest ranger under my master, Tainar. I've been getting better and better at reading lately. Mr. Al-Haytham says that the written word is a Christ. That said, what should I write about? Things are pretty quiet in Sumeria these days. Life is good. When I think back to the days when I suffered from Elazar, or way back to when I was injected with God remains, I am in a much better place now. I'll leave it there for now. Master said he'll take me shopping in Sumeru City today, which is great, because I've been meaning to visit the toy seller at the Grand Bazaar for a...
Kale.
Yes, Master! Huh?
को अटका था थोड़ा सेकंड के लिए ऐसा लगा।
What's wrong, Kale? Is there something on my face?
No, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. Did Master Tainari send you to pick me up?
Master Tainari? Tainari is the General Mahamatra. He's probably busy arresting criminals in Sumeru City.
हाँ
I mean, if that's what floats your boat, I can...
Wait, Master Tainari is the...
Sorry. Oh, you mean that guy who just joined the Vahumana Darshan? Rumor has it he's the leader of the Temple of Silence. That sounds like you've been getting to know more and more people since you joined the academia. That's great, but don't let your Forest Ranger duties fall by the wayside.
What's going on? Sethos is acting like he's my master. And Master Tainari has taken over Mr. Sino's job. If so, it's a weird choice of prank. But anyway, Seth...
Hey, you're zoning out again. I'm gonna buy some tools for the Rangers. Why don't you stretch your legs a bit?
शायद तक
Wait.
ऐसा ही था पहले से। मैं बहुत दिन बाद खेल रहा हूँ ना तो मैं भूल गया हूँ।
He's right. It has been a while since I last visited Sumeru City. Was it always like this? Is this really Sumeru City?
Where's progress?
Hey, did you see who just walked by? I think she's that famous merc.
It takes courage to maintain a peaceful life, too.
Would you like some fruit?
ये fruit salad?
Would you like some fruit? It takes courage to maintain a peaceful life.
काटने वाले पकड़ा गए। आखिरकार ज़्यादा पड़ गया।
How will I ever save enough money to buy that custom-made axe with floral carvings from the blacksmith?
ये दोनों कहाँ गए?
I heard that the sage disappears without a trace as soon as he gets off work.
Lord KhopdiTod, did you get a chance to review this month's accounts? And
You mean the version you sent over a few days ago? Yeah, I took a look when I received it. I was thinking that maybe our profit margin is a little excessive. I visited some of our commercial partners last month. They're earning.
are you suggesting that we give up some of our profits for them?
वो डोटोरे को ठोका खाई।
Well, since we
बंदे को
have more
ठोका,
than
वो
we
सुधर
need,
नहीं सकता
yes. Making money for its own sake is pointless. Don't worry, I've already planned for it, and the numbers look fine. We can adjust the rates starting from next month. Also, about that designer you hired, I've had to revise his proposal 3 times now, but let's cut our losses. Pay him his fee and send him on his way. I'd like you to get Layla on this instead. She was Cyrus's student, and she designed the Palace of Alcazarzare. Seems like a much safer choice, hmm? Who's sneaking around over there?
Mr. Kov?
Do you recognize this person, sir?
Yes, it's all right. We've met. This is Kale, Sethos' trainee. He brought her along the last time I went for drinks with him. What brings you to the city, Kale?
No, this is all wrong! This can't be real. I have to ask someone else. There's gotta be someone else out there who still would...
Hey, wait! Don't run off! How strange.
It's like everyone switched places. I guess I'll keep looking around.
Remember a while back when I was working on a renovation plan for the House of Dana? Well, I submitted a report to the Grand Sage and he rejected it. It's infuriating! How does someone with no sense of aesthetics
Please, calm down, Lord Kave. Maybe it's...
You're right. It's his loss if he doesn't want to work with me. Let him live out the rest of his... Anyway, enough about that killjoy.
I heard that the sage disappears.
केतरिंग आ गई। ये टीम को भी रखने का टाइम आ रहा है। लास्ट 3 within 3 मिनट। अच्छा अपन हम स्पेशल एरिया में जाते हैं तो अभी सेव हो रहा है हमारे साथ.
Hey, bud, can I ask you a favor? Don't worry, I'm not gonna copy your work.
I guess that's okay. But if our thesis in...
Yeah, trust me, plagiarism's the last thing on my mind. The only reason I ask is it's been...
Why don't you go ask the Grand Conservator?
Really? I always assumed she'd be tough to negotiate.
जो काम असली हो रहा है वो यहाँ पे हो रहा है. ब्लैकस्मिथ का आ गया. इसको ढूंढते हैं पहले साले को. ये
Would you like a cup of coffee? The store's been pretty busy lately.
ये आशु इधर क्या कर रहा है?
Would you like a cup of coffee? Would you like a cup of coffee?
Students are under so much pressure these days. Students are under so much pressure these days. Peculiar papers come to me for review every day. I really wish they were...
Lots of visitors today, I see. Welcome all. It's been a while.
Hey, Rahman. You know that guy who sells face powder on Treasure Street? I haven't seen him around in a while. Any idea?
Oh, you mean a Hongar? Yeah, he got into a brawl with Shavirme on Treasure Street. He's been banned from setting up...
Seriously? Oh, well, that's a shame. I was planning to...
Oh, don't worry about it.
The legendary Flame Mane discussing makeup with the Zubair Theater star dancer.
Flame Mane? You know, I'm not actually sure when people started calling me that. Maybe the other Eremites thought I needed a fiercer title to scare people off? To be completely honest, I think the title would fit you better than me, Dia.
You think? Can't say I've never imagined myself as a merc. If I ever give up the dancing, maybe I'll head to the desert and give the Eremite life a try.
You would?
Is that so strange?
Oh, not at all. In fact, I've actually had similar thoughts before. If I ever get tired of sleeping out in the wild, I think I might go look for a job at the Zubair Theater. I've adored the dance of Sub-Zeros ever since the first time I saw you perform it.
Really? If our manager Sataria heard you say that, she'd hold you to it. Probably grab you by the sleeve and never let... Hey, when that day comes, I'll do your makeup myself.
Sure. If the day comes, I'd be honored.
When I know everything I've ever known, suddenly it's all a jumbled mess.
Sino?
Hi, Mr. Sino.
There's a chapter in King of Invocations where the spirit of someone who died long ago possesses a living man's body. To the outside world, it looks like he's developed a whole new personality. I was just thinking how terrifying that would be for his friends. Imagine...
Huh?
I don't know, but something feels off. Everything looks fine on the surface, but...
The question is, who's right? Them or me? Oh, my head feels so heavy. I can't think straight.
यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है?
All right, not a single Mora short. That covers you for this month's rent.
This month's rent?
What a relief. I was worried the design fees I received this month wouldn't be enough.
Well, next time, don't fret. Just let me know and I'll give you a few days' grace. We've known each other long enough for that. Anyway, how are you settling in? I couldn't help but notice that you're staying up late quite often.
Yeah, I can't explain it. I just feel more inspired at night. But what about you? I keep hearing you sighing these days.
Well, it's just... Don't you think this house is a little... small? I guess I should be used to it after living here for so many years. But for some reason, once I've made enough Mora, I'm gonna buy a huge new house. As big as... at least as big as the Palace of Alcazarzaray. True. I'll never be able to afford it on a scribe's salary alone.
Oh, straight.
over there. I should go check out somewhere else instead.
ऊपर ही जाना है ना, डायरेक्ट लोकेशन भी नहीं पता है, कहाँ का जाना है।
Mahamatra Tainari, we've apprehended the suspect.
They say that the fool is prone to blind faith, but the wise man is not immune to it either. Siraj, do you have anything to say in your defense?
Tainari, you were the one who turned the sages against me. Just a few words of caution from you was... And now you're trying to stop me again? You should know that mechanical life is the future. We must cast aside our useless flesh.
That's enough. I'm not in the mood to listen to your lunacy. Anyone could tell you how amateur your work is. Karina, Ilias, put him somewhere safely out of the way.
Yes, sir.
Next on the agenda is...
Matt?
What is it? Wait. Did Professor Zahahati send you? She's been encouraging me to take on an apprentice. Might be getting a bit ahead of herself there, though.
No, Master! It's me! Listen to me. Something really weird is going on in Sumeru City. You're not the General Mahamatra. You're a Forest Watcher. Just yesterday, we agreed to come to Sumeru City today to go shopping together.
All right, there's no rush. Your name is Kale, correct? Although this is our first meeting, you do seem strangely familiar somehow. Is there anything I can help you with?
No. Master!
What is it? Did you have another nightmare? I've told you before, when you're tired, lay down on your back in bed and get some proper sleep. It's much better for you than napping on your front. Poor posture obstructs your breathing, which can lead to all sorts of weird dreams.
मैंने सुना Nicole crazy है.
Now, we're supposed to go shopping in Sumeru City today, remember? Cheer up. I'll take you to Hushang's. I heard he's got some new toys in stock. Go wash your face, take some deep breaths, and when you're ready, we'll head out.
Okay. Thanks, Master Tainari.
And yet, dreams can sometimes be a warning of things that will soon come to pass. That dream felt unusually real, didn't it? Here's my suggestion. Since you're heading into Sumeru City anyway, you may as well tell Lesser Lord Kusanali about everything that happened. And just to be on the safe side, I think you should also inform your two traveler friends who once helped save Sumeru. I'd write them a letter if I were you. And yet, dreams can sometimes be a warning of things that will soon come to pass.
गेम की ज़्यादा है. ओके ओके, थैंक यू बताने के लिए. मैं अब भी चेंज करता हूँ उसको. साला ये पे उसका वॉइस का फिल्टर है ना, कमी ना ये नहीं, यहाँ पे तो कमी ना साथ पे ही है, तो शायद तक अंदर में ही वहाँ से बढ़ा के रखा है मैंने. अरे वुथरिंग फॉरेन फेदर्स में वॉइस का थोड़ा उसमें वॉइस कम ज़्यादा का जा रहा था. अभी कैसा है? को 75 कर देते हैं. हाँ 75. हाँ ठीक है. CJP पता है? हाँ पता है मेरे को. मुझे पता है CJP क्या है, DJP क्या है, AJP क्या है, सब पता है मुझे. आखिरी वाले दो इम्पोर्टेंट है, बाकी छोड़. तो क्या पता यार, क्या मेरे को लग रहा है तू बोलना चाहता है, तू बीजेपी को सपोर्ट करता है, तू ये बोल रहा है, अच्छे से बता रहा है. मैं तो ये बोल लूंगा भाई, कुछ और मतलब है तो बता दे, अपने को पता नहीं है.
Time is short. A storm is coming from beyond the bounds of fate.
कमी नहीं, कुत्ते को मारना जरूरी है, पता है? इसको अभी नहीं मारेंगे ना सच में, ये काटेगा और सबको बीमारियां फैलाएगा।
What a strange situation. Imagine waking up one day to find that everything around you has changed. You might not even recognize Paimon anymore. Oh, that's a scary thought. Let's get to Sumeru and find out what the heck is.
मैं ट्रैवलर उसके आउटफिट में दिख रहा है, अच्छी बात है। कुछ क्वेस्ट में कम से कम बदला बंदे ने। स्पॉइलर दू हट यार, अच्छे से देखने दे यार, मस्त अभी देखे स्टार्टिंग से मजा आएगा थोड़ा, ऐसा सोच के आया हूँ मैं। प्लीज प्लीज माफ कर। वैसे वो अपना क्या बोलते हैं, अपन वीकली कमीशन वगैरह करते हैं, फिर अपने को वो क्या बोलते हैं, उन्हीं का जिससे अपन कैरेक्टर क्लेम करते हैं, उसमें कुछ एक नया बॉक्स है, वो बॉक्स के अंदर क्या मिलने वाला है पता है कुछ? कोई आइडिया?
Paimon! Thank goodness. I'm so glad you made it.
Of course. We won't let anything happen to you, Kale. So, what's going on in Sumeru City? Looks like lots of people are moving or something.
Yeah, I was just after I wrote my letter, Master and I went to Sumeru City and told the Dendro Archon everything that I experienced. She was silent at first. It seemed like she was deep in thought.
इतने ज़्यादा?
Then the
इतने
next
ज़्यादा
day,
प्राइमस?
we got told that she was ordering everyone to leave Sumeru City immediately and move the caravan rebounds.
ऐसा नहीं कि कम से कम एक पुल लेना चाहिए, एक पुल, एक स्टैंडर्ड बैनर पुल यार, इज्जतदारी से स्टैंडर्ड बैनर का पुल दो एक।
Entire population of the city has to move?
हर हफ्ते?
Not just Sumeru City. The evacuation also includes Lokapala Jungle, Avidia Forest, Ashavan Realm, and Ardravi Valley.
क्या ही कर सकता है, कुछ नहीं कर सकता।
Everyone living in the rainforest must temporarily relocate to Caravan Rebot.
Holy smokes! That's crazy!
Yes, it's quite an operation. Even if they've requisitioned almost all the Sumpter beasts in Sumeru for the task, including the Dendro Archon said that what Kale experienced was not a dream. After our meeting, she immediately summoned the 6 sages to analyze the situation and discuss countermeasures. They concluded that the events seen in the dream are very likely to become a reality, and that an unknown danger is rapidly— Oh, please keep that to yourself. We don't want to cause widespread panic. The official reason they've given is a large-scale renovation of the rainforest ecosystem. People are skeptical, but there haven't been any major incidents. So far, at least.
लंबी क्वेस्ट है, रात तक करेगा फिर होगी बिना स्किप किए तो।
The Dendro Archon seemed really worried when we spoke to her. She said you can go visit her in the Sanctuary of She also said she'd hold out until the very end.
Tainari? Kale? You got a minute?
One moment, I'll be right. As a forest watcher, I've been tasked with assisting with the relocation work. There's a lot to be done, and they need all the help they can get. This will be the final group of evacuees from Sumeru City. While they're away from home, they'll be heavily reliant on outside help. Thank you for coming in our time of need. As you can see, another crisis is upon us.
Excuse me, sorry to trouble you, but could you help an old man
find
his medicine? It's buried somewhere.
साला 5 पुल है मेरे पास, निकोल पे मारूं क्या? खुलने वाले हैं, लेकिन सेकंड वाले अकाउंट में मारते हैं पुल उसका। सेकंड अकाउंट में मारना है, क्या पता मिल जाए, प्रॉब्लम नहीं है वहाँ पे मिलेगा।
Don't worry, those items are worth a small fortune. Make sure you store them somewhere safe.
I bet you thought you'd get away with this in the chaos, huh? Guess again. No petty thief gets past me.
We should go help the evacuees.
Traveler
I'm so glad that you believed me and came all this way to help. It means a lot. Please stay safe.
देखा तो पता रहता बंदे को आ रहा है।
Don't worry. We may not know exactly what's going on yet, but as long as we stick together, we'll find a way through this.
560 प्राइम हो गया ना वैसे भी क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट करने पे।
Will do.
Paimon's not sure how she found the words to comfort Kale because, honestly, let's head to the Sanctuary of Surasana and see Nahida.
goes there? No one authorized.
Are you blind? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Huh? Oh, so it is. I'm sorry, I haven't been sleeping well lately. My nerves are a little... The Dendro Archon is in a very vulnerable state at the moment. Mahamatra Sino is concerned that our enemies might choose this moment to strike.
Just seeing you two again already puts our minds at ease. Please, enter. I'm sure...
अपना वांडर भी वहीं पे बन रहा है.
Traveler, Paimon.
Aha! Perfect timing. Reliable helpers like you are just what we need right now.
Oh, it's good to see everyone again. Kawaii gave us a rough... What kind of danger is Sumeru City in exactly? And how come everyone has to move to Caravan Rebot?
At this stage, we can't be certain. We're investigating, but...
I take it that Kale told you about her
Yeah. Apparently, everyone in Sumeru City was acting super weird. Even you guys.
That's right. Kale and Tainari reported the situation
Hello
to the
Harsh,
Dendro
क्या
Archon.
बोलते भाई?
She believes that it wasn't merely a dream, and that whatever it was has something to do with Ermin's.
It's a reasonable inference. Only through Irminsul can people's memory and cognition be so significantly modified in such a...
We don't know why Kale would dream of these things, nor who was trying to warn her. The Dendro Archon decided to connect to Irminsul to investigate more thoroughly.
Irminsul is connected directly to the ley lines. The tree serves as a central hub where the ley lines
वाले बंदे की शक्ल
its
suspicious
core
है.
function, but something
ये
has
बंदे में
gone
गड़बड़ है.
awry, severely compromising the performance of this core function.
3 दिन बाद आया.
Information is bottlenecking inside Irminsul,
3 दिन बाद आया मैं.
hampering the ley
Last week
lines
update किया
flow. If this continues,
Monday
new
को
information
गया था, I
will
think.
languish unrecorded, with existing records thrown into disarray.
In short, the souls of the dead will be stranded, while the living have their
आज
sense
से
of
रोज भाई.
reality warped.
आज से रोज. दुनिया आर हो या पार हो. आज से रोज.
In the long run, Kale's dream could well become a
रोज
reality.
खेलेंगे भाई, गेम भी खेलने
And
नहीं मिल
that's
रहा
just the
था.
beginning. There's no telling what other nightmares
Late
could
भी
end
आया
up
था
coming
baby.
true.
भले ही 2 घंटा खेलेगा. करेगा निकोल को पुल. आप सेकंड्स पे कर रहे हैं.
I have come this far to use my death to open the gates of the ley lines to my people.
Faced with a growing backlog of information, the Dendro Archon decided to connect herself directly to Irminsul and take over the recording and processing function herself.
But it is an almost impossible task. Individual brains aren't equipped to deal with the sheer volume of
मेरा
knowledge
वॉइस तो
and
लोग को
memories
नहीं
involved.
पसंद. निकोल
All
4
that
तक मैंने देखा
information
Reddit.
flooding in at once.
अरे ये माइटो भी बोल रहा था, बहुत क्रेजी है बोल रहा था. अपने मेन अकाउंट में तो नहीं आ रही भाई.
And for God, even for a god, the suffering must be unimaginable.
हाँ नहीं है.
The Dendro Archon's power originates from
माइटो ऐसा
Irminsul.
क्यों बोला मैं?
Any issue with the tree itself takes a toll on her to begin with. On top of that, she's subjecting herself to the grueling task of processing all that data. It must be torture
Last I
for
saw
her.
got compared to Varka.
And despite all of this, she is somehow finding the strength to investigate the Irminsul situation from within and send us her findings.
I finished analyzing the latest data. Looks like our working theory was wrong. There's no signs of Irminsul having been attacked from the outside.
So it's internal then. Some sort of disease, perhaps. No. I've spent half my life studying the ley lines.
Sino? What is it?
Not long ago, I got a tip from the Core of 30 that a large number of unidentified merchant caravans had At first, I suspected that they might have something to do with all this, so I sent some people to investigate. But if...
Don't you think there are more important things to worry about right now than guessing who's behind all this? It's been over 12 hours with no new intel. If even the Keeper of Irminsul is this badly affected...
Huh?
Dendro Archon.
What's wrong?
Her breathing is weak, and her element...
Looks like it's time to move to the backup plan. Get out of the city and take the Dendro. The entrance to Irminsul is directly beneath the sanctuary of Surasthana. That means this is ground zero if anything goes wrong.
The Dendro Archon has a very strong connection to Irminsul. But theoretically, this under normal circumstances, she can unleash her full power here. But with Irminsul out of control,
The situation is critical. There's no time to deliberate. Everyone in agreement?
I'll deal with it. I'll also let the Matra and the Core of 30 know to start evacuating.
Back.
Let's go. No sense grieving when there's nothing more we can do.
Yeah, viewers can't do.
Agreed. We'll be back as soon as this is over.
अभी स्टार्ट किया है क्या तूने इस क्वेस्ट? हाँ मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले स्टार्ट किया था। अभी जब से मैंने स्ट्रीम का स्टार्ट किया सबसे पहले क्वेस्ट स्टार्ट किया मैंने। पता नहीं कितना टाइम हुआ। मैंने किया नहीं क्वेस्ट भाई, मैंने किया नहीं है। बताया मत प्लीज कुछ। साला वो चश्मे वाले बंदे पे मेरे को शक जा रहा है।
Dendro Archon's carriage will travel with them. Sino and Hat Guy will protect the convoy. With the Dendro Archon in a coma, and with Irminsul still deteriorating, we have no choice but to
Stop moaning, Cyrus. We're the teachers here. We should be showing a little more confidence, don't you think?
Bro, playthrough दोनों आग का 8 hour दिखा रहा है।
A wise judgment.
8 hours, बाप रे।
Let's move out to Caravan Rebot.
अरे कोई नहीं कोई।
Sir, all units are in position.
Good. Everything is going to plan. Interfering with Sumeru City is a necessary step, so do not hesitate. We need to speed things up here, too. We don't want to keep our client waiting, do we?
No, sir. You have my word. Everything will be completed on schedule.
They say that fervent ambition attracts the favor of the god, but we appear to be the exception. So, is our ambition not strong enough? Or does it threaten the very foundation?
How is the Dendro Archon?
Her breathing is steady. I prepared some therapeutic incense for her. Her vitals are still very weak.
मैं चला cutscene वगैरह देखने।
information you've provided,
इसके?
I have a
इसकी
working
cutscene कब आते बता दे
hypothesis.
कुछ idea?
Her condition is partly due to Irminsul's influence. Elemental energy usually flows through the body at a relatively constant rate. The body grows accustomed to this rhythm, so when it's thrown out of balance, physical symptoms will appear.
Is this similar to the ley lines? Overloading and withering both directly affect their vitality, potentially causing irreversible...
Correct. From a biological perspective, if you overexert yourself, you pay the price with your life. The Dendro Archon is not only drained of power, but her life force is at a critical...
Is there any way to restore her health? I know the ley lines have strong self-healing abilities. As long as any blockages or pollutions are dealt with, they can quickly regain their vitality. But what about people?
Before we think about that, there's a bigger predicament to resolve. Restoring the Dendro Archon's power requires us to...
Master Tainari and Sino look so serious. I've not heard Master's...
Tainari.
Master Nephis, sages.
Red Ranger, Green Ranger, Blue Ranger, Orange, Black,
Titan
White.
hurry. Haven't seen you in ages. Have you gotten taller? Or did your ears get longer?
Hopefully the former, Uncle Baladuri.
Sino, where's Professor Cyrus? I thought he'd be with you.
He went out into the wild to investigate the situation. He said that the Irminsul anomaly will likely start to affect the real world soon.
He shouldn't be trotting around alone at his age. Which way did he go? I'll look for him later.
Would someone mind introducing us?
Ah, yes, of course. Allow me to do the honors. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Traveler and Paimon. They're the heroes who helped foil. These gentlemen and I are the 6 current sages of the Academia.
एक
Balduri and
PUBG खेलता
I
है
are
एक
part of the
11
Old
वाला
Guard,
है
while
और
the
एक
other
का
4
पता
took
नहीं
office after Azar and his clique fell from power. We have Sage Alkindi of the Spantamad Darshan, Sage Farnas of Kasharawar, Rataoist Sage Shakir, and
Nice to meet you all.
I've heard much about you. Delighted to finally meet you in person.
You're younger than I imagined for someone with the power to stand up to fate itself.
Once we're on the other side of this, could we get a photo together? My daughter has a friend named Isak. He's always talking about you two.
Of course! No true hero would deny it.
Back to business. So with the Dendro Archon currently in a coma, the people have taken temporary refuge at Caravan Rebot, but they cannot stay here forever. We need to come up with a plan as soon as possible. For Nas,
Well, firstly, having reviewed the data, I'm inclined to agree with your assessment. This doesn't look like an attack on Irminsul from the outside. Rather, it resembles a malfunctioning machine. That being said, before we consider how to fix it, we need to understand precisely what has gone wrong. Furthermore, we somehow need to ascertain this without relying...
We have no direct access to Irminsul. However, we might be able to gather the information we need from the ley lines. Wait, is that what Cyrus is up to? I wonder he ran off to research in the wild.
I heard that while in the sanctuary of Surasthana, the Dendro Archon had to serve as the central information hub herself. This is a clear sign the situation within Irminsul is vital, not just to the safety of Sumeru, but to all of Tevat. We must be the ones to bear responsibility for this world. To be on the safe side.
Are you saying we should consider a scenario in which Irminsul is
I'm merely pointing out that the possibility.
You have a valid point. But until worst comes to worst, I believe we should focus our efforts on resolving the Irminsul anomaly.
Kale, I understand that you were the first to foresee this crisis. If it...
Of course, but even I don't know how I came to...
If there are no signs of external damage, could it be a stress fracture? Metals tend to suffer from this issue with long-term use. And Irminsul has existed for centuries, after all.
It's possible, but surely a stress fracture would be more likely to cause a complete shutdown rather than...
Sages. General Mahamatra. Sorry to interrupt.
What happened?
Some citizens didn't believe that Sumeru City was really in any danger. They slipped away and hid.
How many people are we
About a dozen. Sakura found them while on patrol, but they appeared to be suffering from psychosis. For whatever reason, they were trying to kill each other. By the time we arrived, there were only 2 survivors. One was unconscious from their...
Where did this happen?
Near Yasna Monument.
That's not far from Caravan Reap.
Master.
I know. The Irminsul anomaly is beginning to have effects in the world. I didn't expect it to spread to Yasna Monument so soon.
Sir Cyrus said the same thing. He sent me back to report in, while he continues investigating.
I'll go join him.
Count me in too. Don't let my age fool you. I can still fend for myself.
Very well. Meanwhile, the rest of us will continue discussing our next steps.
Get back soon.
Take care of yourself.
ये टीम रखते हैं टीम में कोई फील्ड नहीं को लगा पीछे से क्या रेड वाला आया वो चमकीले रेड वाले
Please
कपड़े
don't
नहीं
go
रहेगा
any
ना कोई
further.
NPC के
As you get closer to Sumeru City, there's no knowing what dangers you might encounter.
So this is our mentally
I'm going to gut you all.
एक दे उसको लगा के
Cyrus, you didn't even bring a single guard? Do you think you're some sort of...
It's fine. Come here and look at this.
Oh, it's...
That's right. Flowers that bloom from openings in the ley lines.
I don't believe I've ever seen a...
Did you discover it nearby?
Not just here. Way over there, too. They're everywhere. There's even more in that direction.
How did you ascertain the situation further ahead? Didn't you...
Yes. This area is relatively safe so far. But if you continue forward... However, some vision-bearing mercenaries were able to maintain their sanity a little better. They're the ones who brought back...
Sino, do you remember the class I taught?
I do, Professor. I received...
Good. After all these years, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. There must be anomalous information hidden within these blossoms. Alkindi, I'll need your help as well. Been a while since we worked on a project together.
Sure has. Well...
Anything we can do to help?
Will you need my help?
All right, well...
Let's regroup at Caravan...
तो को ट्रैवलर इसको नहीं मिल रहा है मतलब ट्रैवलर लेगा sign a storm is approaching.
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore the damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal. What is it? You thought of some... Really?
Phew. Glad to see you've
Any longer and we would have gone out looking for you.
Well, this is a nice surprise. Paimon...
We've made some progress, so let's start by giving you and Paimon a...
By dissecting the ley line's blossoms, we've been able to deduce that although Irminsul is experiencing an anomaly, it has not completely rejected access from the outside. The Dendro Archon has the power to connect to Irminsul, but there's also another way. I assume you recall the devices everyone was wearing when you first...
Devices? Oh, wait. You mean...
The Akasha terminals?
That's right.
Of course! It's been so long, Paimon almost forgot all about the Akasha.
Yes, but although the system isn't currently operational, the technological infrastructure is all still there. And it turns out that a certain someone gets so bored at work that he's actually read through every single one of the instruction manual.
No prizes for guessing who that was.
If praising others is that embarrassing for you, you can simply spare yourself the ordeal.
As much as it pains me to say anything nice about him, there's no denying his intelligence. He rarely forgets anything he's read. The Akasha is exactly what Sumeru needs at this moment. Between us, we should have all the knowledge and expertise we need to get it up and running.
But if I recall correctly, doesn't the Akasha need a Gnosis to...
That's exactly right. The Akasha relies on the Gnosis as a power source, and in its absence, we'll need to find...
Mainly to the Temple of Silence. I mean, it's the only major institution in Sumeru dedicated to preserving the knowledge of King Deshret's civilization. You might find the answers you're looking for hiding...
I agree.
Master Nephis and the other sages have discussed it. As the chaos from Irminsul, we have to move into the desert next. The scholars and sages will head to the Temple of Silence, while while the civilian population seeks refuge in Aru village.
The Eremites will keep everyone safe during the journey, and Candace will be there to receive us at the village.
This leaves us just one thing to...
That Dendro Archon.
She's very weak. We can't have...
Huh. Wow. Luckily, the Traveler had a eureka moment while we were out investigating.
Really?
Wow. Nice one, Traveler.
What say our Amorta experts?
Theoretically, it's feasible. From what you're saying, although elemental life and elemental energy have their differences, the Dendro Archon has explicitly stated that she can imitate the power, in which case, as long as a Pep is willing, she should be able to convert her own power into a form that the Archon can use.
It wouldn't be difficult for her at all. The only problem is convincing her to help.
Yeah! Even though she wasn't exactly friendly the last time we met, she didn't refuse to talk with us. When she realizes the danger that Nahida is in, surely she won't turn.
Either way, we're not exactly spoiled for choice here.
Hey, it's better than having no options at all.
I agree. Without Irminsul's aid, the legendary Dendro Dragon Apep may well be the only living thing in Sumeru who can help our Archon recover her power. There's no time to lose. I'll bring this proposal to Master right away. The academics will go to the Temple of Silence to look for a solution to the Akasha problem. The Eremites will escort the civilians safely to Aru village, and the Traveler and...
There's still a long road ahead, and no knowing if we'll make it. But at least we have a direction now. I'll take...
If there are no objections, then let's proceed. But before we adjourn, I would like to leave you all, no matter the distance between us. There will always be an invisible force tying us together.
Huh.
Is
that from King of Invocations?
No. This one's from King of Invocations, the sequel.
What's the difference?
The sequel's much cooler.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, it was very apropos. Once this is all over, come on, let's get...
Tighnari has brought me up to speed, but we can't proceed with everything right away. The people need to rest. For many of them, this will be their first time in the desert. You two, please go on ahead with the Dendro Archon. Let's rendezvous at the Temple of...
No problem!
Words can't express my gratitude.
Alright, let's get going. If Paimon remembers correct...
Traveler, Paimon. Kale. Well, Master Tighnari once told me, after you raise a problem, you should think about how to resolve it. But I tried my best to keep up with the conversation, but there was so much new information.
Huh, Paimon knows but fear not. Everything you need to know is right here in Paimon's notes. Sumeru chapter! It's got tons of info about all the things we've seen and heard on our adventures. Some parts are a little simplified. You see? Being the greatest guide in Tibet isn't just a fancy title. It takes a lot of hard work. Paimon doesn't always understand the things you're talking about with other people. Whenever that happens, she notes down the confusing...
This is perfect.
Sure. Matter of fact, you can keep it if you want. The spare copy was originally meant for the Traveler. Paimon used to worry that one day he might not need a guide anymore, so she wanted to... But it doesn't seem so necessary.
Wanted to have gift for him in case we ever parted ways. क्या बोलना चाहते भाई? Oh, you hit there?
Thank you so much. But still, these are your treasured memories. Anyway, that was all. I won't keep you any longer.
See ya! Alright, time to bring Nahida to see a Pep. Actually, never mind. In a Pep size, Nervalet's probably one of those dragons who's grown too close to humankind. It might end up fighting for all we know.
ये बोला हेल्प लेने की बात कर रहे हैं।
I had a feeling your kind might come calling. The ley lines are in disarray. Something has gone wrong with Irminsul, yes. Even from a great distance away, I can sense that Sumeru is headed for destruction. You who took our home from us, prepare to watch as your own world is plunged into oblivion.
This isn't a joke, Apep! Nahida's in grave danger!
Is she now? Then do explain. For what reason should I lend Boer my...
Contempt from
Apep, if you truly despise gods and humans, well, after the great humiliation of being helped by a god in the past, shouldn't you be jumping at this chance to balance the scales?
Now that is a compelling reason. When El Ahmar plotted against me and I was tortured by forbidden knowledge, it was Boer who saved me from agony. And though I regard with shame the pity of my enemies, to receive aid without repaying it would likewise tarnish a dragon's dignity. Oh, tiny Boer, puny humans. Just this once I shall deign to show you the true power of dragonkind.
Whoa! It's happening again! We're gonna get sucked in!
It is done. The heart of Oasis is supplying her with life force as we speak. It shall not be long before she recovers. But I should warn you. Boer's existence is closely intertwined with Irminsul. Unless the issues plaguing it are resolved.
Thank you.
Spare me your words of gratitude. You may also spare me your feigned concern. A dragon's sovereign's power is far greater than you can imagine. While I was indeed weakened when the heart of Oasis ran dry, providing tiny Boer with a morsel of my life force shall have little consequence for me.
Oh, good to hear.
Ever held in high favor, I see.
Well, you know.
The compliment was sincere. Simply accept it. I did one. That tree was not planted by the heavenly principles. Irminsul existed before they ever arrived in Teyvat.
What?
There was a time when it belonged to Teyvat, to dragonkind. Its appearance and function then differed greatly from today. The ley lines flowed with an abundance of a familiar, primitive form of elemental energy. The heavenly principles usurped and refashioned Irminsul, made it serve humanity, and used it to anchor the fate of the world. Yet in the end, humanity has failed to protect it. Heavenly principles, God of gods. It makes me sick. The enmity between your as things stand today, holding a grudge against you would serve no purpose. But there will come a day when we reclaim this world for ourselves. The opportunity will arise no matter. I can already sense that far away from here, the Hydro Dragon has wrested his authority from the hands of the usurpers. But we have yet to meet. I know that we are both preparing for our revenge day and night.
Uh-huh.
We are on such good terms with our dragon.
I hear a great disturbance out there.
Huh?
Sandstorms come. The Jinn. Another calamity approaches. Boer is safe with me. Once she has recovered, I shall return her to your side.
Oh, thanks again.
I told you already I have no need of your feigned
Nahida, you're awake.
Cease your interrogation. Yes, she awoke for a brief. Take it. We shall talk more at another time.
Where the heck are we? Did you just dump us in the middle of nowhere? Wait. No. Paimon remembers now. The Temple of Silence.
There's no need for everyone to stay here. I'll protect the safe.
Yes, Mahamatra Sign.
Mahamatra, Sino,
Sino! What's going on?
I know.
You're back. How is the Dendro Archon?
What a...
It's the Jinn. Countless Jinn have stirred up violent sandstorms across the desert, blocking our path to the Tainari and Kale have returned to Aru village to help. The Jinn are being highly aggressive, so both the village and the merchant caravans require protection.
It's just one thing after another. Where did all of them come from, anyway?
As I see it, the only possible candidate is Gurabad.
Gurabad?
Baladuri could explain in more detail if he were here. All I know is a rumor I've heard about from previous trips to the desert.
Gurabad is, for me, a fated land. I must therefore return back to this city, or my master. I am sorry that I couldn't stay by your side for long, and that I could not have more time to get familiar with—
Lilipar. Yeah. We once said goodbye to a friend there. Well, maybe not a friend exactly, but someone we met on the road anyway. If we can find a way to wake her up, maybe she can help solve the situation in Gurabad.
Well, be careful. You may find there's more than just the Jinn to worry about.
You mean there are other—
It's a sensible assumption to make. The moment we arrived in Caravan Rebod, the Irminsul anomaly started spreading in that direction. Now we've moved to the desert, and suddenly we're plagued by Jinn and Sand. To call it a coincidence.
Don't worry, we've gotten a lot stronger since our last stint in Sumeru.
It appears the monsters native to the desert have been stirred by the Jinn.
You should get going. We'll take care of things here. You too.
Don't do anything too risky. You got it?
The Jinn are swarming out of Gurabad! Looks like aizen was right! Let's get inside and see what's going on!
Target spotted! All units at the ready.
The Fatui? They must be using this place as a stronghold! Are they the ones behind all this?
ओके रुक लड़ने दो सालों को
Off to the freezer!
Fighting Jin with one hand and Fatui with the other? This is pure chaos!
Goose on the loose! A dash of frosting!
Things are about to get dicey. Busted.
A little elusive! Take your true form! Transfiguration!
Take it easy.
I'm gonna fix your
Off
skull!
to the freezer! A burst of flavor! Cryo incarnate!
Game's up. Fun's over. Quietly now. Busted.
साला मजा ही नहीं आया शॉट लगा ही नहीं ना जिसके लिए जिसको मैंने वेट किया
Do you see that strange machine? Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that that's the thing wrecking Gurabad and setting all those dangerous Jin free!
The target has reached the core zone. Requesting backup. Repeat, requesting backup.
Backup en route! Stop him at all costs!
पार्टी सेटअप में इनको रहने देते हैं कुछ खतरनाक अरे वो लेते वाली टीम अबे क्विक लेंस वगैरह लेने का सोच रहा था मैं ये भी अच्छा है बोल रहा
Allow me to guide the way.
Commencing task.
Allow me to lend you some moonlight.
I want to help.
Observe. To dust. Be silent.
Nice one, Traveler! Let's keep going!
Insulation chamber.
Surge! Stand clear!
Observe. To dust. Close your eyes. To dust.
This Hermit Jin's gone kaput! Now we can finally...
It seems my subordinates failed to stop you in your tracks.
Apologies, sir.
There is no need to apologize. You did well to hold your ground against such a powerful adversary for as long as you did.
So, you're in charge here, huh? First the problems with Irminsul, now this mess in Gurabad? Are you the one?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that.
वही है ना वो नहीं बोल रहा था
I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an in.
Oh, this guy! However you want to spin it, you're
Naughty.
So you can either start talking, or we'll have to make you talk. Let's get him! Traveler? What's wrong?
You're remarkably calm. Some would act more rashly upon finding the ringleader all alone. But you keep your cool, even as your enemy.
Did you show yourself just to say that?
Is this you trying to take back control of the conversation? Unfortunately, I am here merely to indulge my own curiosity. Your names are well known among the Fatui. Naturally, I wanted to observe you up close while I had the chance.
Hey! Don't treat us like we're some kind of exotic animals in a zoo!
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. You seem rather predisposed to misunderstand. I'm quite aware that you are both heroes of great renown. You have resolved crises in many nations and won countless allies along the way. I've been following your adventures with great admiration. My only regret is that...
What do you mean, admiration? Sorry, but that sounds...
I don't see why.
Well, now that you're observing us up close, what...
I've observed as keenly as I can. Yet, while I endeavor to understand... Violence is not my area of expertise either, so... You see, I would much rather converse with you like this than... Besides, I've heard that even 3 moons in the sky fail to eclipse your brilliance. I know better than to bite off more than I can chew.
3 moons?
So you have a connection with the Harbinger, the Doctor.
Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nodcry, but there are things that do not end with his departure. Look at me. I almost devote...
What are you after? Revenge for Dottore? Or are you
I've said quite enough, I believe. There's no point in continuing this conversation, except to say, I've noticed that you seem to know your way around here quite well. I'll take that as a yes. Then I'm sure you'll have heard the story of this place. The mother of the Jinn, Lilupar. And the tragic... It was right here that Lilupar once helped the wise to ascend to the throne. But from that moment on, every king who sat upon these degenerate rulers lost control over their nation, and with it, the...
What are you trying to say?
I once admired you for your adventures. That is the earnest truth. Are these rules truly just? Does the heavenly principles rule with wisdom or folly? And how can we be sure that the 7 who wield authority over the world will...
Do you seriously think you're gonna convince us?
Convince you? I'm sure my commander already tried. If a few words from a stranger were enough to make someone completely change, I am merely stating my position. As for what game I'm playing here, I'm simply buying... It was a wise decision not to attack me immediately. Since you did not fall for my ambush, I will now have...
Leave this to us, sir.
Very well. Sumeru City, Irminsul.
All units, stop them!
Did you hear that? He mentioned Sumeru City and Irminsul! He definitely knows something! We can't let him get away! Get rid of these pesky soldiers, quick!
Rear guard to the front! Don't let them through!
Get that thing in position!
Hold on! Just a little longer! Isolation chambers. Surge. Annihilation mode.
We finally beat them! That mysterious guy can't have gotten far! Let's catch up with him!
You're very persistent.
दूसरे पास इतना ही चल पाएगा कमीना साला.
Hey you! Stop running and explain your...
851.
What's this?
Relax. The sandstorms from Gurabad will die down soon enough, but this... Don't be discouraged. I knew that someone would come here eventually, where to chat with you. You, meanwhile, know nothing of who I am. So far, you've only heard my voice. And for all you know, it may not even be... But not to worry. This is only our first meeting.
Just answer me one last question. Why do you continue?
Follow isn't quite the right word. Let's just say even those you see as villains have their friends, even if they aren't the most sincere of friendships. When any set of rules is established, there will be those who benefit and those who lose out. People will do anything to justify what they have gained or escape from the hardship imposed upon them. Neither he nor I are tolerated by the rules of this world. We were both searching for a new order. Our ideas of the final form that should take may have differed, but our journeys took a shared path. Goodbye, Traveler and Paimon. I wish you a timely escape, albeit not too soon. I will need a little more time to prepare.
Hey! Come back!
पीछे क्या हो रहा है?
Wait, this dark wall. We've seen these on our adventures before. It swallows people up! I'm sorry. She shouldn't have jumped the gun! Oh, okay.
Sino and his team are guarding the north. We'll take this side.
Don't fret. I am well prepared for this situation.
Huh. So you have a solution?
Perhaps you're unaware that I have a trusty genie partner of my own, Plumpy. If I send her to negotiate with the others, this whole... Off you go, Plumpy.
Plumpy? Plumpy वही साइड में खड़ा है सोच पहले से.
Come on, what's the hold up? 5,000 mora. 20,000 mora. 100,000 mora. Final offer.
Ah, so she's a hired partner.
Hired partners are reliable too. Plumpy here is a highly skilled negotiator. You'll see. Just a few
पढ़ी
words from
उसको,
her
पढ़ी
hand.
पढ़ी 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 और वापस.
Plumpy! Don't you Jin have any respect for the rules? This was supposed to be a negotiation. You wanna play rough? Two can play at that game.
Looks like it's up to us now. Be careful.
Yes, Master. What happened? How did I pass out? Never mind. It's time for revenge.
You know, this reminds me of when you first arrived in a video forest. You were trying to help a child retrieve a lost toy when you stumbled upon Spino Crocodile territory by mistake.
Yeah, I remember. Our first time fighting side by side.
Fighting side by side? I seem to recall swooping in to rescue you with a team of forest rangers.
Yeah.
Please stop. Just like we rehearsed.
Keep up.
What's this? Here's the gun.
I'll uproot you!
Left in the butt.
There's too many. I can't believe I used 12 rare items in one battle. I shudder to think how this is good.
Tainari, how's the situation on your end?
We held the line, though it was a close call. But it looks like they're preparing for another attack.
They've breached our defenses in the south. The Jin are pouring in.
We're hemmed in. This is getting precarious.
That's why we wanted to confirm your status. We need to consider our next move carefully.
Bad news! Another line of defense.
Kale, go with them and assess the situation. Dorian.
But Master, even with
This is not a
Wait, you can't pin all your hopes on me. Oh, great. I've almost run out of the things I brought with me, and the rest.
Need any help?
Huh?
What is it, Kale?
If things continue like this, it won't be long before Aru village is overrun by Jinn.
I don't care. Whoever you...
The only one who can help is you. I am merely here to guide you. I am a spirit created at the beginning. I am a flickering illusion.
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. You don't need to understand it.
Watch out! Jinn incoming!
I am a spirit created at the beginning.
Here goes nothing. I am a spirit created at the beginning.
I am a flickering illusion.
I am a flickering illusion. What's wrong, Plumpy? I've never seen you...
That's...
But do you know what Kale is reciting?
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the...
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator!
It's a song composed by the goddess of flowers, but very few records of it remain, even in historical texts. All we have is a few fragments. Is Kale an avid historian?
Not to my knowledge.
The Jinn have actually quieted down. Although... it's more than that.
Clearly the songs left by the goddess of flowers have a soothing effect on them.
Really? Let me try. I am a spirit.
भाग जा यहाँ से.
Don't stay away. I'll stop. I'll stop.
It seems like the song only works when Kale recites.
Kale.
एक कॉली हेक्टर सो फुल मेंबर है. रुक जा. नहीं पता कुछ और स्टोरी होगी अपने को नहीं पता.
Any luck?
When I heard that loud rumbling in the distance, I thought the shifting sands had bust open the gates to some ancient treasure.
Hey boy.
Huh? Wait, that sounds like...
It's been a long while. Did you miss me?
Yep.
Jet! Ben!
Let's save the catching up for later. First, I gotta get you guys out of there. This should be the right mechanism. Ben, can you handle it? There we go. Come on, let's leave this.
गलत साइड भगा रहा था. साला गलत साइड दिखा क्यों रहा था मेरे को? गिरा तो गया.
Fatui sure made themselves scarce. It's like they were never here.
The Fatui? They came to the desert again?
Yep. No idea what they're planning this time. They were being very coy about...
How have you been, Jet?
Well, since we last met, I've started my own band of mercs. We've actually made quite a name for ourselves. Oh, yeah. On a slightly different note, I have some good news. I finally took care of Masaira. Not much to write home about. It was just another day. Found his hideout. Dragged him out of his cozy little bed. He tried to talk me into seeing his point of view, as usual. But I'm way past that by now. There was nothing he could say to save his life. What about you guys? Bet you'd forgotten all about me and Ben, huh?
Of course not! We're super duper best friends!
Wow. Sounds like I should make time to visit some other nations too. Anyway, what brings you to Gurabad?
Oh, right. Paimon almost forgot. We're here to look for Lilupar.
Oh, that bottle?
Yeah! We need her power to come and... Here's hoping we actually manage to find her. After all the trouble we've been through. Surely with everything's been going on in Gurabad, she must have woken...
See you at the graveyard.
Let's see. She should... Aha! Found...
What a long dream that was. It's been a while, my master. Oh, and you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. Imagine that. In truth, it was at first. I was none too pleased when those miscreants barged in. But it did give me the chance to reunite with you, dear master. So after we last parted ways, I merged with the land beneath Gurabad to suppress the dark calamities. It rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn, depriving Gurabad of any hope of peace. I fought against it for a long, long time. Until one day, I sensed a change in a foreign land to the west. Once satisfied that that dark power could no longer bewitch the Jinn, I too fell into a deep slumber, from which I have only now awoken. Why have you returned to Gurabad, my master? And why is my sand-swept homeland in disarray once more?
Well, basically, Sumeru's in danger and a lot of our friends are affected. Some bad... We managed to chase off the culprits, but we have no idea how to seal this place back up and stop the sandstorms.
Child's play. I shall quell the Jinn and scatter the storm.
Thank you, Lilupar.
No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial of them all.
The sandstorm's gone. The sun shines bright. When I said that we'd meet again under a lovelier sun, this was exactly how I imagined.
Yay! Although, honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more, even if the weather sucked. Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Sounds good. You can introduce us to your other friends.
Another adventure begins. Lovely.
The storms have stopped. We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now.
Temple of Silence.
Time to regroup.
यहाँ पे क्या गड़बड़ हुई है भाई?
So, this is the Temple of Silence. I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but...
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back into the desert?
I don't know. This plan sounds a little too...
Even in King Deshret's day, this was experimental technology.
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal... The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are... The scale of this project is enormous. Even with Karve, Faruzan, and every other scholar of mechanics working on it full-time, the proposed modifications won't happen over...
You're back. Everything all right? And...
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence is. This guy's Kave. And the one next to him is Alhaitham.
Hello, I'm Jet, and this is Lilupar.
Oh, a famous name from the history.
Pleased to meet you. A friend of a friend is a friend of mine.
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Gotta keep an eye on them. Still,
Yeah.
I do trust the Traveler's judgment. I'm sure you're good people.
The sandstorms have calmed down. I take it the Gurabod problem is resolved?
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there. Luckily, Jet used the mechanism outside to free us and...
Wow. Thanks for...
So... This mystery man openly admitted...
Yeah? Is there...
I assume you aren't naive enough to well deduced. Our command...
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just the simple fact that having someone to shift the blame on tends to prove useful, should trouble come knocking later. The most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort into disguising him.
This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you guys talk while I take a walk with Lilupar.
Jet?
Aren't you with the Blazing Beasts? What a coincidence. Didn't expect to run into you here.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere. Who's this with you?
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the Temple of Silence?
You bet we did. This place is incredible. It has everything. So far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility. Building a new system from scratch is out of the question. So our only option is to modify the Akasha using certain resources
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device in academic circles, which suggests it was hidden quite effectively. If these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be sufficient to power our Akasha renovation plan. However, this raises difficult questions regarding technological integration.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued it out. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of crisis like this leave us with little choice.
Wait, Paimon has a... Is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right? Some sort of prison where the Goat King...
Well remembered. Yes, according to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisans working together. It was a miraculous accomplishment, and it lies hidden deep within the king's mausoleum to this day. That being said, what Aru actually does and why it was built, those are deep secrets we are not privy to. Until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now is because we heard it from the Ibis King Thoth himself at his temple. The tale of how the 3 retainers of Al-Akhmar were imprisoned in Aru.
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first heard about it, she thought it sounded pretty unbelievable too. Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King told us they were trapped in Aru, and that they had to answer 3 questions.
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall? What obliterates love and hate? And what determines truth and falsehood?
Yeah. If only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King before, so she might know more. Oh, Nefer's a friend we met in
hello.
Nacry.
कहाँ पर हो? अच्छा, हो गया क्या काम आप? हो गया? क्या लेना है? मट्टी की? हाँ वो तो जल्दी हो जाएगा कल। कल वाला तो जल्दी हो जाएगा टेस्टिंग वाला। आपको इतना का तो हो गया। मैंने से गड्ढे हो गए? गड्ढे के लिए जाना पड़ेगा आपको। हाँ तभी गड्ढे करना पड़ेगा ऐसा। हाँ, चलो ठीक है। वही मैं पूछ रहा था आपको। हाँ वही हाथ से करना पड़ेगा ना वो, चलो लगेंगे लोग है कि नहीं, हाथ से वो हाथ से करना पड़ेगा ना गड्ढे वगैरह। हाँ वो मतलब 2-3 दिन रहता है कि नहीं मजदूर वगैरह। चलो ठीक है, मैं पूछ रहा था क्या कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर खेत। हाँ हाँ कोई नहीं, ठीक है। हाँ बाय। हाँ हाँ बाय बाय। हाँ गर्मी है मैं कोई शक नहीं।
Not cry. Funny. She showed up here earlier.
Yeah, if only Nefer was here. She dealt with Ibis King before, she might know Nefer friends.
Huh?
Yeah. Had another lady with her too. Both said they knew you. They contacted the sages, claiming they might be able to offer some...
Really? They came?
Yes, really. It was just before you got back. One of them said she's made Nod Cry her home. If she's the person you were talking about, then...
Looks like betting on Aru was the right choice.
See? They're right.
Nicole! Never!
Why, hello! We're here to help. It's a good thing we left early. We almost got locked out.
Locked out?
Oh, you haven't heard? An invisible barrier has appeared around Sumeru's borders, cutting off all travel in and out. No one can leave and no one can enter. Sumeru has become a lonely island.
Are the Fatui behind this too?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. I suspect it's a defense mechanism within Irminsul itself. Irminsul is the source of Tevat's ley lines, after all. And I imagine this function was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage, preventing the disaster from spreading to the rest of Tevat.
But doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other nations?
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world.
Paimon's surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this tested my skills to the limit.
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble? Surely you don't think I still have feelings for that place?
Judging by your tone, I suppose you don't.
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And here I thought you knew everything.
All I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time, so I do know a thing or two about him. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to. But everyone has secrets they'd rather keep to themselves. Wouldn't you say?
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss Nicole. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That doesn't mean world savings become a habit with me. I have no particular desire to play hero.
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is always a reason to be found behind both salvation and destruction. Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and in conflict. That's why people change their minds about things all the time. But that's where we angels come in. Our duty, ultimately, is to guide people towards their deepest, truest. So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions...
I refuse.
Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere and everything. Isn't this supposed to be the moment when we finally open up to one another?
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. Had it consumed me, I'd be left stuck in the past forever. But I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands, the bloodshed, both deserved and undeserved.
Do you wish to shake them off?
No. I hope to remember them forever. Those emotions and memories shaped me into the person I am today.
In that case...
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear an angel's opinion.
A long, long time ago, when the angels still walked freely upon the earth, I found life tedious. Monotonous work, lukewarm relationships. Things weren't nearly as interesting as they are now. And yet, since the angel's demise, I have found myself missing those days on more than one occasion. Human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, the memory... If Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, it would not take long for the memories buried. Both love and hate are intense emotions, but they are nothing compared to the void left.
Most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the things they hate. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing between customers. We all need a reality check once in a while. So, as much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish. All right, you win.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you? I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures. The ones I carve.
Just cover my travel expenses.
Huh? Is that all?
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll be in charge of the curatorium.
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa! Don't worry, boss. You can count on me!
And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job in your hour of need. Hip hip hooray!
That was far more detailed than necessary. Not lacking in embellishment either. I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned, I suppose. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She's still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long. Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything. We have some good news, though.
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru, then use it to try and restore the Akasha system.
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's Chute, which can be used to establish
We still have some time before we leave.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention Aru?
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done, so if you don't mind, I think I should come with you.
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I don't mean to pry. I'm Dia, an Eremite mercenary. My work usually keeps me out in the desert.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces to the names. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you. Why don't you all introduce yourselves?
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? It looked like you spoke without moving your mouth.
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it before.
What is it, Kale?
It's you! You're the voice who's been speaking in my head, aren't you? You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon.
Mm-hmm. I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since ancient times.
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but, what exactly is an angel?
Oh, Well, we're a rather long-living race of beings. Not gods, technically, but we can still tell you a lot of stories from ancient history.
Yep, and she's also an amazing sculptor.
You could say she's a real creative type.
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon give you rave reviews, you...
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get too formal with me. Just relax and be yourselves.
Miss Nicole? If it's...
Yes, you may. I can see your heart is filled with confusion. And I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you... I can guide you to the truth. But it involves a personal secret of yours. I'd prefer... I thought we were going to speak alone.
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be accompanied by family members.
By family members.
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have no problem with it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but...
Closest friends! It's so nice to hear that.
All right. In that, Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help, and I was sent to an unfamiliar place. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some strange medicine. I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, anyway. So, you're saying...
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What?
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 What? You don't seem surprised like the rest of us.
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the Jinn.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Lilupar?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the Eternal Oasis. But some fragments remained unaccounted. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for you. In one sense, you've been extremely lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you—
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with—
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake one's sense.
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get used to it, you'll find it's not—
Huh. I guess you, of all people, have a good reason to speak on this.
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis's Ba fragments that I could bear.
Let me guess. Because 2's company, but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain the joke, Tainari.
Not my intention.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way—
Yeah, I know what you mean. So about that dream I had, was it a warning from—
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide living beings. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining fragments would do their utmost to send you that warning. The Mother of Dreams? Lord of Flowers and Oases? She must have had a premonition. That is why she gave that dream to you.
But I still don't understand.
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only one injected with God remains, but only in you have her fragments persisted. I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely assimilated by that will. Of course, this doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man said, you are who you are, and that will not change. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the patient? If not, we should head to the—
Let's move out.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if—
Haven't you handled other big projects?
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the Palace of Alcazarzaray, I guess? But this is orders of magnitude.
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved far more quickly and smoothly than last time.
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening. Now, go and pack your
कैंडल हिल तो रही है ऐसा लग रहा है
Oh, Miss Nicole. I heard you're a very—
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want to blow my own trumpet.
Honestly, even though Kasharawar is best known for its focus on mechanics, plenty of Kasharawar scholars are quite— So if they rate your work, that's enough for us.
Who's we?
Myself and a few other scholars.
Oh, well, if you insist,
Whoa. Where did that come from?
Look at the level of detail. It's so lifelike. The squirrel descends from the heavens like a champion, and the earth trembles beneath its feet.
Kave? Ah, Kave, come here for a sec. Oh, and Madame Faruzan, didn't you used to study in our...
All right, but hang on a moment.
You called?
This squirrel statue.
Oh, a squirrel. I wouldn't say cute per se. The realism is what stands out to me. Were you trying to carve a statue of a hero, young lady?
Oh, a hero? I suppose so.
Young lady.
Specific theme in mind.
I see. Well, do you tend to read novels about
As a matter of fact, I do quite enjoy those.
Then perhaps this statue represents the heroic tale you long to see deep down inside. Also on the subject of heroism, I feel that if the subject posed with a finger raised towards the heavens, it would lend a greater gravitas to the overall image. I'm sure some would call it cliché or old-fashioned, but not me. I think it would be a perfect fit. It has a certain classical... Kave!
Sorry, Madame Faruzan, I'm a little busy right now.
What a pity. That young man has excellent aesthetic tastes. I was hoping to ask him for his opinion.
What a genius idea! Why didn't I think of that? Classical beauty is a great direction to explore. That's it. Once I get back, I'm going to sculpt a heroic squirrel pointing its finger towards the sky.
Precisely! A declaration of victory. You understand my vision. Then place the two statues face to...
Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking.
It'll be a masterpiece. Miss... I'm sorry. I didn't catch...
Just call me Nicole.
What? Oh, no. That wouldn't be right.
Why ever not? Madam is a state of mind cultivated from within. Anyone may... My dear Miss Nicole, once we make it through these trying times, should we have the pleasure of meeting again, in this day of age, it's rare to find people with an appreciation for classical aesthetics. Meeting you was truly a pleasant surprise.
Honestly, I feel the same way. It's been a long time since I met anyone interested in this style of statue. Also, I have to say, you're a very good judge of character. Because when I think about it, I really am someone who likes stories about heroes. That must be why I've quietly kept watch over generation after generation of them.
Sorry, keeping watch over heroes?
Oh, never mind that.
Let's not tell Madame Faruzan about Miss Nicole's true identity for now.
Good idea. Let's limit the conversation to aesthetic.
Let's not tell Madame
Good idea. Let's limit the What's wrong?
Kale got a fragment of the Goddess of Flowers, and all I got was one of the 7 pillars who served under King Deshret.
I lost
it, didn't I?
That's what you're upset about?
Oh, so many books. But I've learned a lot that the textbooks could never teach me. I never really...
Good to finally meet you in the flesh. It's a little surreal seeing you here after exchanging letters for so long. In my head, the boss of the Curatorium of Secrets didn't look so young.
Sounds like you have some history then?
Any budding mercenary group needs a steady supply of intel. They, in turn, can prove an exceptional source of the same. The Curatorium of Secrets is happy to cooperate with friends from all over the world. If you're interested, you'd be very welcome to join our network too, Miss Dia.
Can't say no to a solid partnership, especially out here in the desert. Having intel can mean the difference between life and death. But cooperation's built on mutual trust, and there isn't much contact between the desert and Nodcry. So I'm guessing you reached out to Jet. What's behind your interest in the desert? Nostalgia? Or is there someone you're looking to take care of? Let's put all our cards on the table first. Things will go more smoothly.
I like your style, Flame Mane. Actually, I had this same discussion with Jet before we started working together. To be clear, I have no intention of using you for any ulterior motives. And I have no enemies in the desert as things stand now. Were that to change, I wouldn't drag outsiders into a conflict that doesn't concern them. There's no point in doing certain things if you don't do them yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
Well said. Taking responsibility for one's own affairs is the way of the desert folk. Huh. It's like you're one of us.
You sure that's a compliment?
Absolutely.
I'll take it. Perhaps we can discuss our cooperation.
Sure. I love working with no-nonsense people. And you certainly fit that description. I look forward to a fruitful partnership.
As do I, my friends.
वाह, इनका अलग चल रहा है यहाँ पे.
Paimon, thanks again for your notes.
You're welcome.
टॉप में जाएंगे वहाँ पे. और
I
टाइम पे
hope
गए नहीं
everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly.
हाँ, मेरे को लगा नहीं था अपन यहाँ पे वापस आएंगे इस साल बाद. गेंशिन ने सब कुछ प्लान पहले से करके रखा था क्या? करके रखा होगा कहीं.
Why, we've not seen so many visitors ever, really. What is this place now, a tourist attraction? Closer inspection reveals many familiar faces.
You surmised correctly. We are here to carry out a rather enormous project.
Oh, enormous, you say? How large, then? Larger than the gaping void in our lives? Why, we've not seen so many visitors. Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee and Croco's faces. All this activity is making for quite a special day. I know that laugh. Lilipar, what on earth are you doing here?
Oh, this is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as you stay alive long enough. When did you three get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a show for the younglings. Truly hysterical.
Why, you? Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lilipar. Goatee, Croco, and I all have the same problem. But didn't King Deshret seal you away? How did you break free, and how did you get in here?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day, should you ever get the chance. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned eternally, leaving not a single shard behind. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important. Curiosity gnaws at you, doesn't it? Your interest in the outside world threatens to burst you at the seam.
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle lady.
Time is of the essence. We come to you, O three ancient lords, to request as for precisely what we need your help with. It's a long story. So
all right, stop arguing, Croco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting so angry about. Forget about her. The three questions are the crucial thing here. But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final question, Nefer, but the seal did not open. Unless, with the passage of time, you have found a new answer?
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was a liar's soul. Liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world. But if you want them to tell you the truth, you have to reach their soul.
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so. Unfortunately, it brought us no closer to liberation.
Well, that's simply because it was my answer. not the one King Deshret was looking for.
Can you guess which answer Al-Ahmar wanted then?
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question, it's the answer to all three of them. All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and hate eventually fade into nothing. Current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. Only time can distinguish between right and wrong. You once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is—
Time. Well. Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to bring love and hate, right and wrong, the rise and fall of...
कमीने वो लोग निकल गए।
This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long time. You have my sincere gratitude.
Are those 3 of the 7 pillars?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to the source.
You three seem to be in good spirits.
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have to experience it for yourself. Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease, seeing you two getting along so well.
Should we maybe introduce ourselves? Or...
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino. And this is the former Spantamad sage, Cyrus. But I'm guessing none of that means a whole lot to you.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world for longer than you can imagine.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later. It'll give me something to talk about with my chosen disciple.
You're like a helpless parrot. Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought—
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my persistence that won you both your freedom.
Fair point. I have to applaud your persistence.
And I must praise you for your wisdom. Now, state your wishes, young ones.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us do something for you in return.
General Ma—
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before. And we need your help.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another.
Whatever is wrong with Irminsul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a coma and is currently receiving treatment from the Dendro Dragon.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry, the Dendro Dragon is helping to heal the Dendro Archon?
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her basic instincts. Ah, good heavens.
I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons. I suppose she—
You can help us make history too.
A smooth talker. Well said, lad.
Currently, no one can connect to Irminsul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can use its technology to our advantage.
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be pitted against Irminsul. Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up over such would be—
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern technology should solve the efficiency.
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to negotiate with you. You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in Sumeru. They need you.
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we lend our support?
Since you ask so nicely, naturally.
Naturally what? Are you for or against?
I simply mean we shall do what comes naturally. You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King Deshret is preserved within?
We do. We understand the risks involved.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia. No,
We are sure. Before people can dream, they must first live.
If your minds are made up, very well. We shall summon our erstwhile colleagues to discuss this further. Saint Shezepank, Saint Bennu. Once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Deshret. But now, we invoke the right to awaken you with our voices.
कहाँ से आ रहे भाई लोग निकल गए?
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Saint Shezbank, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. Initiating autonomous will.
Ah, Lord
Dr. Sumeru, realist
what
on
a
first
long
real game.
time it has been.
Hello, Babel
I
fandom.
trust you are keeping well.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase. In life, death, and now even beyond.
Al-Akmar is long gone. What is the reason for this meeting?
you're awake. Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have the right to support or oppose the motion.
Aru is the pride of Al-Ahmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars. I hope you have a convincing reason to present
I'm
to
like the
us.
parrot. जो एक ही चीज बोलता है.
Sumeru is currently in
Thodi
the
सी
midst
light
of a
range वाली.
major calamity. Let us not forget that while Al-Ahmar was a stern ruler, he was also a teacher of wisdom. A god without his people shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people. Let us then honor our God King's wishes as we consider our decision.
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical minds, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you, it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing the Dendro Archon as we speak.
Huh? Can someone attest to this? Do we have any proof?
I ask the 3 kings. Can any of you...
Naturally, the Ibis King, Thoth.
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity. Simply let Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear conscience.
Harishef, you diabolical fiend.
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision. What sort of fiend would do that?
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around. At times like this, he would offer to take accountability.
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less to you than Hermanubis's?
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shezpank, approve the Goat King's proposal.
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Nevertheless, I sincerely hope that those before us understand the significance of what they remember. The moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return to the ley lines. And once the ley lines flow again, these souls shall in turn be received by Irminsul. To take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our king to a permanent end.
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore, the contemporary human perspective would contend that confining souls in this way is no act of benevolence. The deceased have a right to rest in peace.
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace. It is just that many do not see it this way. But no matter.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time, while the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King have also, by the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will,
What's this? Are we under attack? No.
Here you are.
Father.
It's Jet's father, Jibriel! That's right! He entered the Golden Slumber, didn't he?
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown. Strong as a wild beast, and without shedding a tear.
You have to leave, don't you? Please.
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Semail, is finally free. I am truly grateful for the chance to see you again. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Enough to set my heart at ease. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care of your...
Father! Father!
Hey, Jet. Do you want something?
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. The chance to see my father again meant the world to me. He was trapped in the Golden Slumber for our sake. And now, after all this time...
You've grown strong, Jet. More than a...
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. My family, the good times and the bad. Goodbye, Father.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was. It seems we did a good deed today.
We three retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Either way, Aru is open. Now you have your opportunity. And with it, whatever trouble may ensue. Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world. Perhaps the relationship between gods and humanity follows a similar principle.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will be most displeased.
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must accept the risks of associating with humans.
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru, never to leave again for all eternity.
All of us? What does this have to do with me?
Vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, allow me to present you with a gift. Using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall afford you some convenience. Unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by sight or hearing perceive anything said or done within the mausoleum.
Amazing. And all this is achieved just with the power of Aru?
With technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away. This is the reward you have earned.
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the tech?
Why, yes. I've already contacted.
Fresh air. A wondrous feeling.
Naturally.
I have a sudden urge to stretch my legs. Can anyone...
I might have had some recommendations for you were this the past. But here and now, for someone who has just left prison, there could be no greater joy than simply being outside of it at last.
I could not agree more.
As I thought. The so-called 7 pillars of King Deshret are as underwhelming as ever.
What do you mean? Not a fan of the boys' club?
As men, as individuals, and even as gods, they are entirely undeserving of my attention. Al-Akhmar once commanded me to select a king from among the people. So naturally my eyes will open only for one who is worthy.
Ugh. Can we talk about something else? It all sounds pretty complicated.
You think this is a mere story? Well, many would also say that the journey you shared with your father is not but a tale. My life, your life, they are nothing but stories. Little girl, it appears that you really have grown. In the past, you would have flown into a blind rage at my words, but now you are unperturbed.
Oh, it's nothing. I just feel like you're right. Getting all pissed at someone for telling the truth is pointless. It only makes me look petty.
This alone is proof enough of your growth. You're doing well, my dear girl. You're becoming ever stronger. Strong enough to defend the people and things you hold dear.
You think so?
You must be Sethos.
Yup. That's me.
Mm,
Never, right? That's what I heard the others calling you. Judging by your outfit...
That's right. Started off in the desert, went to the rainforest, then went from there to Nodcry, where I work as an intel broker.
Huh. Well, this is interesting. You don't seem to talk about yourself all that much. Yet here you are,
Maybe I'm looking to make some new friends.
I like making friends too. I'm easier to talk to than Sino and a little more streetwise than Tainari.
Which is why you came over this way, giving me the chance to... I think you did fine. You were mindful of my attitude and hoped to lure me in through sentiment.
Lure you in isn't exactly how I'd put it. I see it.
An invitation to what?
To put down your luggage. Lay down your burdens. To return to your homeland.
You're a more interesting heir to Bamun than I was
Since you're familiar with my grandfather, I'll assume you're aware of our situation. Not to mention the power you and I both hold.
Aha. There we go. Now...
Do you hear that? Sounds like your teacher is scolding mine.
Huh. Classic.
Did you see her? She's a former Vahumana student who dropped out of the academia. and went to Nodcry to work as an intel broker. There's more to her than meets the eye.
How can you tell? Do the Matra have information on her?
Some, but nothing telling. I'm basing it on the fact that she seems to be an expert liar. She can fool many with her words.
A sixth sense for liars after investigating so many of them, I take it?
Yep. What about you?
A little earlier, in the corner. I noticed she gave some supplies to Jet and had her deliver them to the main group.
She's meticulous and highly observant.
Besides, what was it you said? Making it to the top is no easy feat in any profession. Anyone who's at the top of their game has to have some sort of edge over others.
It's true, but she's not the only one at the top of her game. I also am, and so are you.
Sure, but what's to guarantee she won't overhear us talking about her?
Don't worry, I have my methods. Sethos is distracting her.
Ah.
Sethos. वो दोनों क्या बात कर रहे दिखाई नहीं मैंने वो नेट जा रहा है खत्म हो गया बस
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with
That's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kave, and these two are Termezi and Nisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them!
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King.
I've only ever seen these two in murals!
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess. We were just humoring you.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates the most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there are no objections, we'd...
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives to create this splendid work. Follow their example by giving.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we certainly won't be sacrificed.
Such brazen words.
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole.
I just think it's important to manage expectations.
Forgive my lack of courtesy, but we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient...
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with great caution.
We certainly will. Thank you for your assistance.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only...
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, the reason that Aru's modules are designed that way...
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required human assistance to create his great...
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his call.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are baseless after all.
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pedestal and mocking me.
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself, it's not exactly a positive tendency either.
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparation.
Hello there, youngsters.
What
Whoa,
up, Kara?
the Ibis King came to life. What do you mean, came to life?
You did say we could start our research, right? Are you having some—
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You...
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather at least try something than sit around waiting to die.
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between
Aru and the Akasha.
I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment.
And you too?
You've read the instruction manual, right?
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual?
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular read. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for the Akasha system.
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere.
Ah, but this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this a quiz. Anyone from Vahumana present?
I'm from Vahumana. It's, well, veracity.
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order in which events occur. I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. She brought life, oases, and knowledge to this land. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed in abundance, and the three met beneath the great green trees. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised that in Sumeru, wisdom would be shared with all. All the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ashes by the flames of wrath. So grieved was King Deshret by her passing that he lost all interest in state affairs and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived of Aru. And so, the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the basis for Aru itself came from Celestia's technology.
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is an entirely feasible idea.
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all for celestial technology?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight. Blame it on the deadline.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff date.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't...
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all, do you?
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count as more of a first-hand witness statement?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like far too much work for me.
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but he perished before they could come to fruition. In the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flowers sacrificed everything for that ambition. What he desired, she bestowed. And thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would surely have deemed it a grave injustice. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology, etched with a sacrificial and courageous love, even in its unfinished form, it deserves to be treasured. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruits of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. For this, I cherish you both. In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope for Aru was to return to the past, when she yet lived.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the Goddess of Flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the foundation of the—
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been... Who's in charge again?
Ah, yes, me and him.
Now then, Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen...
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to... This is no ordinary mechanism. It reflects the internal structure of Aru. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard. Come, use these to achieve the outcome you desire.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case.
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is. Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. I've sent it to your screen.
Got it. It's so...
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text to...
Let's start with this one. It's a very... Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start. Found some more. Sending them over to you.
These are all reports about the Gurabad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out. Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling. This cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death. Or in and out of a dream. Using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
I expected that the outside world no longer respected the ancient gods, but even so, I do find the tone of these youngsters to be dreadfully
It should hardly come as a surprise to you.
I assumed that was just a one-off. I did not realize it was the norm.
Don't you think that young lad's matter-of-fact tone sounds familiar? It bears a rather uncanny resemblance to you, Goatee.
Surely a sign that he is a man of rare intelligence.
Oh, the rest of them, though, much better. The blonde-haired one, for instance. So sincere. That's the kind of kid I can respect.
Oh, really? Well, what about your disciple, Nefer? She's about the furthest from sincerity that a person can get.
Ah, and now you hit the crux of the issue. Thoth is spouting lies again. He cares nothing for sincerity. He likes Nefer simply because her personality is just like his. Thus, in giving his approval to Nefer, Thoth is simply validating himself. The rest is but smoke and mirrors.
You have some nerve saying that. There really is no helping you two.
Shut up, chess rookie.
Yes.
What nonsense is this? How dare you tell me to shut up?
How can you engage in such banal chitter-chatter at a time like this? Aru has been opened. The glory and splendor of a bygone age is about to sweep over the earth like a flood. And you're here. All three of you are insufferable. King Deshret was merciful, indeed, giving you a chance to be released from prison. I say, you should have been locked up for good.
Ah, but Bennu, look on the bright side. Had they not been released, we would not have been awoken.
Oh. You've been here this whole time. You should be scolding them along with me.
I miss Hermanubis. It's not a real reunion without him here.
And now you're avoiding the topic and talking to yourself. Why King Deshret designed your personality like this, I will never understand.
Isn't this simply proof that our king supports my free will?
Oh, look at those two rust buckets. Suddenly, you two do not seem so bad after all.
Here. If being stuck together for thousands of years fosters no friendship, I cannot say what would.
Naturally.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's so big the crocodile...
Greetings, Crocodile King.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about lesser...
Sounds like you really care about...
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixed...
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing...
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I tried calling out to a Pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her...
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a Pep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king? Then you are learned indeed. I'm glad to know that Sumeru has the support of someone like you. At the end of his life, King Deshret tricked the Dendro Dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro Dragon despised King Deshret, yet he outwitted her. Rather than bringing disaster to the land, he chose to deceive her and thereby ensure his annihilation. An act that surely displays his love for humanity. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. all the gods, all the power they wield. And so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the Seven, Apep knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she...
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with her too.
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself. All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with Apep? For all we know, the Fatui might still be in the desert. I'm alright, Paimon. Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Sure.
Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is, and how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
No, I'm expressing my gratitude. I want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already? You are...
Pep, I feel much better. Thank you.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must...
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Unextraordinary your strength.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
I see that after all this time, El Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lowly after all this time?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Booer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any of this.
Hold on, just hold on, okay? We're almost there.
Hey, baapre.
We made it! Huh? Wait, that voice! It's... Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall!
पूरे आरण आ रहा है सारे.
Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last thing I expected to see here.
Huh? Wait, what are the R&R? Obviously I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, they seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings, too. It's hard on them. I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, I'll gather Traveler, Paimon. Shall we find a place for our friends to stay? Awesome! Well, first... Okay, I think that covers everything.
The Dendro dragon threw us across the sky, so scary.
Hello, everyone. It's only us. It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well? Everyone's here. Good. Are you okay? You look like you're... then you're forgetting who I am. Don't underestimate me. Red Oh, excuse me! Are you comparing me to Paimon? I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As... I can't thank you enough. Right now, we're focused on restructuring Aru, processing excess information. I can help too! Just let me know where I'm needed. Up to no good? That Traveler, Paimon. I have other work to attend to here that needs to... No problem. Leave it to us.
पटुई कमी ना होंगे साले.
Thank you. There's one other thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible to them. Is that There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't... Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will experience the most beautiful of dreams. Do not fear. We will face it together. Everyone's here. Wonder.
Dendroarchon.
Are you recovering all right?
I'm doing very well. I see. Using the power of Aru to reboot the Akasha and gain... It's a sound plan. I regret to be the bearer of bad news. But with the state that Irminsul is currently in, it's impossible to access via traditional means.
Alas, we had feared this may...
And what about non-traditional means?
Non-traditional?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for new...
लोगों की वाट लगाना है इधर.
Behold!
Hey, we're here!
The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words...
Given everything that's going on...
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence...
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it?
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same...
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Reba...
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspect?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Reba.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. We need to smoke him out from wherever...
Sounds like you have the beginning. I see.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some cash.
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Reba.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Nodcra?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. There's no way he could have seen my face before. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises any red flags, I'll bring him toward the main road.
Understood.
Excellent. Well, it's... Darker skin, scars, frequents the desert and has ample combat experience. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at? A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for someone trying to hide any unexplained income. And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left?
Ma'am? The group evacuated some time ago. Didn't you pass them on the road?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so... And then there was a terrible sandstorm.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could you...
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Core of 30 are under orders to be extra cautious when dealing with unknown people, whoever they might be.
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you need to know? If not, I'd better try and catch up with them.
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty of carts, so one more won't be a problem.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer. I'll have to pay you for your trouble.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing up, I'll take you to join the rest of the group.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that. I'm strong enough for both of us.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you.
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back? I hope for your sake that it's priceless.
I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it...
Oh, really?
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means.
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want to ruin our relationship before we even hit the road.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little...
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in the mausoleum of King Deshret.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my competitors by helping you sell this.
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see. Well, in that case, I think we can work something out.
As it happens, I'm just about done packing. Shall we make...
Sure.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am.